that he had put her head on a shelf and screamed at it for an hour, threw darts at it, and ultimately smashed her face in. He also cut her tongue out and her larynx and put them in a garbage disposal.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm a bum. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine and a straight racer if you get too close to me.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
You think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
And you don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
November 30th, 2022, 7-year-old Athena Strand disappeared from her father's home in Paradise, Texas. Her family searched the house, the surrounding property, and the nearby roads. Before long, law enforcement officers, volunteers, and an entire community joined the effort to bring Athena home. Investigators soon discovered that a delivery driver had been at the property around the time she vanished. His name was Tanner Horner. Delivery records, vehicle footage, and Horner's own statements would eventually reveal what happened after he left Athena's home. More than 3 years later, Horner entered a Texas courtroom to face a capital murder trial. But before a jury could determine his guilt, he pleaded guilty to kidnapping and killing Athena. The only question remaining was his punishment. This episode is not only about the man responsible for Athena's death, it is about the child whose life existed before his crime, before the investigation that uncovered the truth and the courtroom fight for justice. Her name was Athena Presley Monroe Strand. This is beyond a reasonable doubt the Tanner Horner trial.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Saturday evening here on the Murder Podcast Show. That's right. It's here. It's here. We're doing it. Doing the things and the stuff. That's right. Chris says we better, or else we're all fired. I am your host, Tim, and they also call me...
Who are you? I am the architect.
That's right. They call me the architect back here, the mastermind behind it all. And alongside of me is Mr. Move the Table Around Man, my co-host. They call him...
Criminology Chris.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Don't mind me while I shift around my beverage cart. I'm working on making my microphone light up because it's not the same without it.
Oh, you got to push the button on the bottom. Or did it come unplugged?
I think it came unplugged again.
Chris is this is going to look wrong, but he's going to get down on his knees to go under my desk. This looks wrong. So it's not what it looks like that Chris is doing. And alongside of Chris is the director of all of our social media platforms.
Time to check my social media.
Classroom Jackie.
I will never get tired of that. Ever.
I don't think fans will either. And we have, as always, in our chat, our we don't judge here. Yeah, okay. In our chat is our moderator, also known as we now call her the analyst, Unsafe Snuggie. And, she's got a little note for you for the night here.
I'm Unsafe Snuggie. I will be your analyst for this evening. Please remember to be respectful in the comments, or you will be put in timeout. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And she will time out you.
She will time out you. Unsafe does not sound like that, though. That'd be some crazy shit.
Unsafe is awesome.
Unsafe is fantastic. fantastical. And she puts up with me, so I mean, shit. Anyways, let's head on over and we're going to do Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder segment.
Classroom Jackie's 1 minute of murder.
All right, guys. So we're still at 44 on Instagram. Honestly, we're just going to get rid of that. No one checks it anyways. So we're going to just move on to everything
Just
else.
stop checking it.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens. On our Facebook, we are at 169 followers. Our YouTube, we are at 682. And holy shit, you guys. We are at 2,648 followers on TikTok.
It's growing. TikTok's still growing.
We have grown in the last almost 24 hours by 256 followers.
Damn.
Jeez.
Damn. Welcome to Walmart.
Yeah, it's
not a
getting
sponsor.
nuts. And people are commenting and everything now and interacting with us more on the TikTok and stuff too. So
Heck yeah. We
It's
do
going
appreciate
good.
it. We
Going
do
good.
appreciate it, which brings me to my next point here. Don't forget, guys, if you don't already, like, subscribe, and share the YouTube channel out here and all of our other social media platforms. What that is, and don't forget, too, to click the little notification bell. And what that'll do is that will notify you every time before we're going to go live here on YouTube every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Unsafe. Thank you, Cake Maker. David, I forgot to say hello to everybody in the chat. David, Unsafe,
Google.
Cake Maker. Google. Welcome in, everybody. We do appreciate it. Let me hit the sponsors here. Do you need quality automotive repair and maintenance you can trust? Well, you're in luck because you can visit Mr. Wrenches of Akron, LLC, conveniently located across from the Derby Downs at 1175 George Washington Boulevard in Akron, Ohio. They offer fast service, friendly customer care, reliable repairs, honest and professional work. Whether you need routine maintenance or repairs, we're here to help keep you on the road. By appointment or walk-ins are welcome. You just give them a call and you can either ask for Gage or stop in today. And another one of our sponsors is Crafty Corner by Laura, who makes a wide selection of handmade crochet plushies, both cute and creepy. Pop culture, fantasy, anime, and horror. They also specialize in custom orders like the voodoo doll and the other various items we have in the studio here. You can follow them on Instagram. Hopefully they have a better following than us at the.crafty.corner.by.Laura. And as I always tell you, there's 3 dots in there. Not my job to tell you where they're at. Give me 1 second here. I do want to let you guys know one thing here.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is
I'm
advised.
advising you, warning, there is viewer discretion is advised with tonight's episode. I will explain more here in a second, but I just wanted to let you guys know that intense viewer discretion is advised with this one.
Or listener discretion in this case, too.
Yes. So before we begin, this episode discusses the kidnapping and murder of a child. We want to explain how we are going to approach this case. Tanner Horner pled guilty to capital murder and aggravated kidnapping before the presentation of the full case against him. Because of that plea, the jury was not asked to decide whether he committed the crimes. Instead, the court proceedings focused on punishment and whether Horner would receive life in prison without parole or death sentence. Also, we will discuss the evidence presented in court. We are intentionally leaving out the most explicit details. They are not necessary to understand this whole entire case. Horner's statements or the final outcome. Our focus will remain on Athena, the search for the truth, and the pursuit of justice. So with that note,
Hey!
court's in session. That's right. Got my gavel here because I have a problem with court. What else is new? Anyways, so we're going to jump on in. I
got stuck.
I have been researching and going crazy with this one all week long, and today for hours this morning. And there was one point where I ended up passing out and taking a nap because my brain is mentally hit hard with this one and this particular one. But that's all right, though. We got this shit. This case begins in Paradise, Texas. That's not a bad name for a town, you know?
Yeah.
It just sounds inviting and happy. And Paradise is a small community in Wise County, northwest of Dallas-Fort Worth area. It is the kind of community where news of a missing child can quickly become an emergency involving neighbors, volunteers, and multiple law enforcement agencies. On November 30th, 2022, Athena Strand disappeared from her father's property. At first, her family had no clear explanation. There was no confirmed eyewitnesses who could immediately tell them that Athena had been placed inside a vehicle. There was no ransom demand and no communication from anyone claiming responsibility. There was simply a child who could not be found at a rapidly closing window in which every minute mattered.
The investigation would eventually depend on several pieces of evidence. There was a package delivered to the home, there were company records identifying the driver, and there was cameras inside the delivery vehicle. There was information documenting where the vehicle traveled after leaving the property, and there was the statements Tanner Horner made when investigators began questioning him. Each piece moved law enforcement closer to the truth. But before we discuss Horner, the investigation, or the trial, we need to begin with Athena. Cases like this are often told backwards. The public hears the offender's name, sees his photograph, and learns about his actions before learning anything meaningful about the victim. We are not going to begin that way.
So real quick, before we go any further, I'm going to put, Classroom Jackie had mentioned that there was a package that had been delivered. It was actually one of Athena's Christmas presents, and this was the package that was delivered. A Barbie You Can Be Anything set here. That was supposed to be one of her Christmas presents that Tanner had delivered that day. So I just wanted to show that there.
Before we talk about evidence, timelines, or courtrooms, we need to begin where every case should begin with, the victim. Too often in true crime, the person responsible becomes the center of that story. Their name is repeated in headlines, photographs appear across television screens and social media, while the victim slowly fades into the back. We don't want to tell that story this way. The episode begins with Athena Presley Monroe Strand. She was born on May 23, 2015, and by the fall of 2022, she was a bright, energetic 7-year-old daughter who split her time between her parents following their separation. Like so many children her age, her world revolved around family, school, imagination, and the excitement that comes with being a kid. Those who knew Athena described her as sweet, curious, and full of personality. She loved to laugh, loved spending time with her sisters and cousins. She enjoyed playing dress-up, playing with dolls, and expressing herself with bright colors. If you've seen photographs of her, you've probably noticed one thing immediately: pink. Pink bows, pink clothes, pink accessories. It wasn't something created after her death. Pink was simply Athena. It reflected her personality and became something her family and community would later embrace as a symbol of remembrance. It was also her favorite color.
One of the most difficult parts about researching cases involving children is realizing just how much of their story the public will never know. We can read court records, police reports, articles in the news, transcripts from the actual trial, but none of those documents can tell us what it was like to hear Athena laugh in the back seat of a car. They can't tell us what her favorite joke was that week, what television shows she watched, or what she hoped Santa Claus might bring her for Christmas. Those are the, memories that belong to her, family, and they're reminders that Athena was much more than the circumstances surrounding her death. She was a daughter, a granddaughter, a sister, a classmate, a friend. She was a child with an entire future waiting for her.
In late November of 2022, Christmas was only a few weeks away. Like many families, preparations for the holidays had already begun. Decorations were starting to appear, shopping lists were being made, packages were arriving at the front door. One of those packages would eventually become one of the most recognizable pieces of evidence in the case. Inside were those Barbie dolls, a gift intended to bring joy to a little girl during Christmas. Instead, that package became forever connected to one of the most heartbreaking child murder cases in recent Texas history. We'll come back to that package shortly because the investigators knew its significance. It was simply another holiday delivery.
Athena divided her time between her parents, Jacob Strand and Madeline Gandy. At the time of her disappearance, she was staying with her father and stepmother, Elizabeth, at their rural property near Paradise, Texas. The property sat outside the city, surrounded by open land and neighboring family members. It was a place where children could safely play outside, a place where everyone generally knew one another. The kind of community where something as simple as a missing child could bring hundreds of strangers together overnight. No one could have imagined that within hours the entire nation would know Athena's name.
Years later, during Horner's sentencing proceedings, Athena's family would describe not only the loss they experienced that day, but every future moment that was taken from them. The birthdays that would never come, the graduations, that first job, possibility of marriage, children of her own. When a child dies, families don't only mourn the years they had, they mourn every year that should have followed. That's something the legal system can never truly measure. No sentence can restore those moments, no verdict can erase the pain. But the justice system can do one thing. It can hold the person responsible accountable. And before we reach the courtroom, we have to return to the day everything changed.
Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. It began like any other day. Athena was staying at her father's home outside Paradise. Jacob Strand had left in the beginning of that day for a hunting trip, leaving Athena at home with her mom. Nothing about the morning suggested that any of their regular, scheduled things, family life were about to become the beginning of a nationwide search. Like countless afternoons across America, people were working, running around, doing different things, errands, preparing dinner, receiving holiday deliveries. One of those deliveries arrived at the Strand property sometime that day. The driver, Tanner Horner, at the time, he was working a delivery route for Big Topspin, a company contracted to deliver packages on behalf of FedEx. To the Strand family, he was simply just another delivery driver dropping off a package before continuing on his route. There was nothing outwardly unusual about him arriving there.
The package itself wasn't remarkable either. It contained those dolls for Athena as a Christmas gift. A simple holiday surprise, the kind of delivery that happens millions of times every year without anyone giving a second thought. No one standing on that property could have imagined how important that package and the person delivering it would become. At that point, it was simply another stop on the delivery route, nothing more.
According to testimony presented later in court, Athena and her stepmother had a disagreement that afternoon. By itself, that wasn't unusual. Parents and children have, disagreements every day. I'd like to find that perfect world where they don't.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
After Elizabeth believed Athena had gone to another part of the property, when she later went to check on her, Athena wasn't there. At first, there wasn't immediate panic. Children hide, they, wander outside, they visit nearby relatives, especially on a rural family property. There were several innocent explanations that made sense. Elizabeth began looking around the home, then outside, then nearby. She checked with relatives. No one had seen Athena. As each minute passed, concern continued to grow.
Anyone who's cared for a child knows that feeling. It starts with a simple question. Where is she? Then another. Has anyone seen her? A few minutes later, phones come out. Neighbors are asked. Family members start searching. The possibilities become fewer and fewer. Eventually, one terrifying realization settles in. Something is wrong. That realization came quickly for Athena's family. After searching for approximately an hour without finding her, law enforcement was contacted. What began as a family search quickly became a missing child investigation. Deputies responded immediately. They began documenting timelines, searching the property, and interviewing family members, trying to determine the last confirmed sighting of Athena. At this point, investigators had no way of knowing exactly what had happened. Had she wandered away? Was she injured somewhere nearby? Had someone picked her up? Or was she abducted? Every possibility had to be considered. But as investigators continued building their timeline, they learned that a package had been delivered to the property that afternoon. That information immediately stood out, not because anyone believed the driver was responsible, but because investigators now had a precise point in time connected to someone who had been at the property. Delivery records are detailed. They include timestamps, GPS coordinates, assigned drivers, route information. Those records would soon become invaluable. Meanwhile, Athena's family wasn't thinking about GPS records or delivery logs. They were searching, calling out her name, looking behind buildings, checking nearby roads, and hoping every passing minute would end with Athena running back to them. They still believed there was a chance she would be found safe. As daylight faded into darkness, that hope remained. The community began rallying around the Strand family. Volunteers arrived, search teams expanded, Athena's photographs spread rapidly across social media. People across Texas who had never met her suddenly knew her face and were praying for her safe return. No one yet knew that investigators were about to uncover a lead that would change the entire direction of the case.
The routine package delivery that had seemed so ordinary only hours before that was about to become the centerpiece of the investigation. Detectives began tracing the delivery route, they identified the driver, and they prepared to ask what they believed would be a few routine, questions. What happened next would transform Tanner Horner from a potential witness into the primary suspect in the disappearance of 7-year-old Athena Strand. Oh, me again. You guys are killing me here. After the break, we'll follow the massive search effort.
We're in Act 3.
As darkness settled over Wise County on November 30th, 2022, what had begun as families' desperate search quickly transformed into a large-scale missing child investigation. Deputies from the Wise County Sheriff's Office established a command post near the Strand property. Additional agencies were called in, fire departments, Texas game wardens, search and rescue teams, and volunteers all converged on Paradise. For investigators, the first several hours of any missing child investigation are critical. Every minute that passes changes the possibilities. A child who has wandered away can become injured, evidence can disappear, witnesses' memories begin to fade. If an abduction has occurred, every passing mile widens the search area. At this point, investigators still had no definitive evidence that Athena had been abducted. They had to consider every possibility.
Neighbors grabbed flashlights and ATVs. Drone operators searched from above. Search dogs were brought in. Fields, creeks, roadways, wooded areas. Every location that could realistically hide a frightened 7-year-old child was searched. Parents across North Texas were following updates online. many stopped what they were doing to share Athena's photograph. Social media filled with one simple message: help bring Athena home. Hope was still very much alive. No one knew the truth yet.
Investigators began constructing a timeline. Who had seen her, when, who entered the property, who left, what vehicles had been there. One detail immediately stood out. Earlier that afternoon, a package had been delivered. Every package delivered by a major shipping company leaves behind records: delivery time, GPS location, driver assignment, vehicle information. Investigators contacted the contractor responsible for that delivery route. The assigned driver was identified as 31-year-old Tanner Horner. At first, Horner was simply someone who had been at the property. Nothing more, nothing less. But investigators knew they needed to speak with him.
Commercial delivery drivers become important witnesses more often than people realize. They spend their days driving through neighborhoods. They see homes, vehicles, people walking, children playing outside. Sometimes they become the last known person to see someone alive. Investigators hoped Horner might have seen Athena after making the delivery. Maybe he noticed another vehicle. Maybe he remembered someone nearby. At that moment, he wasn't necessarily the suspect. He was someone who might help find the missing girl.
While detectives worked, efforts to searching continued throughout the night. Search grids expanded, helicopters assisted where it was possible. Officers continued interviewing family members to verify timelines. This is standard procedure in every missing child investigation. Investigators have to eliminate possibilities before they can focus on one. That means confirming where everyone was, when they had gotten there, when they left, what they saw, and whether anyone noticed something unusual. By the morning on December 1st, Athena had been missing for nearly one full day. The search continued on, but investigators were beginning to focus more attention on the FedEx delivery.
That package suddenly became more important than anyone could have imagined. It wasn't just that Christmas delivery anymore. It represented a precise point in time. Someone had arrived, someone had interacted with the property, and someone had driven away. Investigators needed to know exactly what happened during those few minutes, and they were needing to speak with Tanner Horner.
Detectives located Tanner on December 2nd, but then they had already begun reviewing information connected to his delivery route. Investigators wanted answers to several straightforward questions. How long had Horner been at the Strand property? Where did he go afterwards? Did he remember seeing her? Could he account for every stop that he made? Those questions would soon become more significant. When investigators began speaking with Horner, they noticed inconsistencies. His explanations changed, his timeline shifted. The story wasn't filling evidence they had already collected.
Modern commercial delivery vehicles aren't just simply trucks anymore. They have GPS tracking, electronic route logs, internal cameras, external cameras, audio recording systems, telematics that record movement. Those systems are designed to protect drivers and companies, but sometimes they also protect the truth. Investigators quickly realized Horner's vehicle contained information that could either support or simply contradict his version of events.
So I have some...
Do you want me to continue this part real fast before you pull those up?
Sure.
Okay. As detectives continued questioning him, Horner eventually admitted that Athena had been inside his delivery vehicle. That admission dramatically changed the investigation. It confirmed what investigators had begun to fear. She had not wandered away. She had left the property inside Horner's truck. Law enforcement immediately shifted from searching for a missing child to attempting to recover her as quickly as possible. Time mattered more than ever.
So I have some footage here played on the inside of his GPS truck. This is after the killing took place. He stopped at a Love's gas station there, and he was cleaning up because this was after he had already disposed of her. And he called his girlfriend at the time to tell him he ate a hamburger at a little hole-in-the-wall gas station, and he thinks it made him sick. He threw up in the truck. And then he called his boss to tell him he might want to give him the same truck again tomorrow. So, anyone else wouldn't have that truck. So watch this. It's very chilling footage too, by the way. This is shortly after it had happened. And, there's something in here that is really disturbing too. Over on the passenger side is Athena's backpack too as well.
Sorry, I accidentally turned on the freaking. What do they call it? Well, did you get that hammer today? Yeah. Wow, they think that's bad. No, I didn't so much today. I'm on my way back to the station. My ketchup brings one favor.
The date's ready for the day.
Okay, one thing I heard was toilet paper. What? Yeah. Albert figures. You know, because it kind of smelled like barf in here, and kind of. I guess there's just a date. Tomorrow, because it kind of smells like barf in here, and kind of. I guess I just ate something bad earlier. I kind of threw out to the back of the truck, which I still did to work tomorrow, don't worry. But I did eat something that didn't agree with me, and it kind of stinks now. I'm just
Walk it out.
I just stopped at Love's and I used a paper towel and some sanitizer really quick.
Well, what you can do quickly, but I mean, clean it up.
I got to take now. I mean, I already cleaned it up. I just got done cleaning it up.
Alright, we're going something alright. The guy was playing down, but yeah, we'll pick it back on that truck.
Yeah, it smells bad. I got rid of the rub. I couldn't get rid of the smell.
Okay, I'm gonna do that all down. You're feeling better.
Oh, no, I'm trying to figure out myself what. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous all day. But,
Well,
clearly I got rid of the flavors.
I appreciate you knocking out the route.
So yeah, as you can see in there, that's he's calling his boss and telling him, hey, I got sick, puked in my truck. You might want to give me the same truck tomorrow. Pretty much bullshit, is all that he's doing. Anyways.
One of the heartbreaking realities of this investigation is that Athena's family still didn't know what detectives were learning. While investigators pieced together Horner's movements, her family continued hoping she would come home. They were still praying for that miracle. The investigators, however, were rapidly uncovering a very different story.
After further questioning, Horner agreed to direct investigators to a location in Wise County. Officers followed him. That drive would begin and end to one search and begin a different search. If it was there, investigators located her. For her family, the hope had carried them through nearly 2 days of searching came to a devastating end. The case was no longer a missing child investigation. It had become a homicide investigation.
From that moment forward, everything changed. Crime scene investigators documented the area. Evidence technicians photographed each detail. Forensic teams carefully collected anything that might later be used in court. Detectives also secured Horner's delivery vehicle. Every recording, the GPS records, every electronic log, and every piece of physical evidence. All of it would become part of the prosecution's case. It would eventually be shown to a jury more than 3 years later.
Well, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
I don't know. Tell us.
I'm going to tell you right now. I would like to. I think I would like to play a game. So,
Let's lighten it up.
Here we go. Let's lighten it up a little bit, everybody. That's right. It's time to play a little murder trivia here on the Murder Podcast Show. As we do every Saturday night, we ask you a series of 4 questions. The person who has the most correct questions at the end of the game show wins absolutely fucking nothing. That's right. Not a thing.
Gavel says so.
I love my gavel.
We should just change your nickname to the Gavel.
No. Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
It'll be interesting to see how many people actually came back in the chat now.
It looks like there's only 2.
Yeah, I know, right?
Everyone else left.
No one's here to judge, okay, guys? Okay?
Yeah.
Time for a little bit of... If you're in the chat, let us know if you're ready for some murder trivia. Come on, fire in the hole. Let us know if you're ready for some murder trivia, because we are going to fire away with it right now. What serial killer spent part of his prison sentence recording hundreds of hours of talking books for blind people? We have A, Ed Kemper, B, Ed Gein, C, Charles Manson, and D, Jeffrey Dahmer. That's right. So, what serial killer spent part of his prison sentence recording hundreds of hours of talking books for blind people? Ed Kemper, Ed Gein, Charles Manson, or Jeffrey Dahmer?
I feel like it was A.
All right, and the answer is, well, we have David said D, Lackadaisy said Kemper.
I said Kemper too.
And Unsafe said no clue, but once again, I'm just going to pick A.
I'm going A.
The answer is A, Ed Kemper. Congratulations to everybody who got it right in the chat.
That is cool.
Unsafe, that worked out great.
Ed
You just
Kemper
picked it.
and his 6'9" butt and his
300.
I think he had like a 145 IQ or something.
Yeah.
He was an intelligent,
Yes.
massive human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't even know that answer.
Question number 2.
Well, there you go.
What California killer worked as an active police officer and actually helped assist and investigate his own break-ins? A, Ted Bundy, B, Randy Kraft, C, Dennis Rader, or D, Joseph D'Angelo?
I know this answer. That was some good communicating.
All right, everybody. We have Lackadaisy says C, Dennis Rader, also known as BTK. Unsafe says C as well, Dennis Rader.
No.
And let's see if we can get Mr. David to give his response, a.k.a. Google there.
Give him another Jeopardy minute.
Another Jeopardy minute. We don't get that here. The answer is D, Joseph D'Angelo.
Yeah, Joseph D'Angelo was the Golden State Killer.
Really?
Dennis
Yes.
Rader, actually, he was not in California.
No, Dennis
No.
Rader was...
It was over in Kansas or Arkansas or somewhere. It was Kansas.
Okay, Kansas. Oh, man. Good old Kansas, where, Toto was.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Next question.
Toto, the band?
What
The dog.
What
okay.
3 serial killers listed below regularly played bridge together while housed in San Quentin? We have A, Charles Manson, B, William Bonin, C, Randy Kraft, or D, Lawrence Bittker. Bittaker. There's actually 3 of them here. Which 3 here out of those 4
So is it A, C, and D, B, D, and C? A, B,
played
and
bridge
D?
together?
Both one of them was not part of the bridge group.
Correct. Manson, Randy, and Lawrence, says Lackadaisy. The answer is B, C, and D. William Bonin, Randy Kraft, and Lawrence Bittaker.
I figured Manson would be in
B, C, and
solitary.
D.
Oh,
Brandon's thinking over there with the 3 thinking faces. Brandon, welcome in.
Welcome.
I don't think Manson was in San Quentin.
No,
No. I don't think. Maybe he was. I don't know.
all but A. Yeah, that was
was
right.
right.
Yeah, unsafe. You got it right. All but A.
Doo-doo-doo.
Heck yeah. Last
Mario
question.
Star.
Last question. What percentage of serial killers originate from the United States? A, 25%, B, 50%, C, 76%, or D, 80%?
That is an oddly specific number.
Unsafe says C, 76%. Brandon says A, 25%. And
C.
the answer is C, 76%.
I said it was an oddly
Unsafe.
specific number.
Yeah,
Unsafe.
you did the only one not divisible by 25. I mean,
I heard
well,
like
I guess 80 isn't either, but they're all round numbers except for the 70s.
I was
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another night here on the Murder Trivia on the Murder Podcast Show. I think we have a winner.
it's unsafe. It's
Unsafe. The analyst won. Unsafe. Unsafe, congratulations. You have won absolutely fucking nothing.
woo. Fun. No, I was sitting here doing the Jeopardy boom boom thing, and my finger hit this and hit down and went wham really
So,
hard, and I bruised my
You
fingernail.
smashed your own finger on your desk and
And I was bruised.
I'm not sure where any of this is going, but
I hurt myself while we were playing murder trivia.
Jeopardy.
how many people out there in the chat have injured themselves during trivia? That's a good question for you.
I don't think any that never happened. Yell, thank you. I'm so honored. Hey,
Oh, we're so excited for you.
you're welcome.
Hey.
You're welcome. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being here and being the analyst. Enjoy the nothing, Lackadaisies. Enjoy the nothing.
Hey.
Unsafe if you want to stop by when you get a chance and collect your prize.
We actually have the keys to your nothing here in the studio. If you want to stop by and grab it.
Yeah.
Also,
you're going to have to pay taxes, though.
Lackadaisy is Crafty Corner by Laura is currently crafting us a new creation for the studio.
Oh, yeah. It's
going to be amazing.
It's a thing in the stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
That's right, Chris.
Huh.
Just wait until you see it.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought?
Alrighty. Continuing on here with the Athena Strand story.
Yeah, you gotta have people actually asking you to make Jimothy's.
I need a Jimothy.
I'm not doing this. I'm not.
Lackadaisy.
I'm not doing this.
If you can figure out how to make me a cute Jimothy,
I am so tired of hearing about this stupid Jimothy
I bet
crap.
if you advertise this up in Seattle or in Washington to create Jimothy's for people.
Actually, I just need you to make me a Jimothy that will hold on to my microphone so we can try and get Washington to really like us.
I'm so tired of this. Anyways,
so crabby about the raccoon.
Jimothy's adjourned.
Because you know why? It's too close to Timothy.
Okay. Anyways,
he gets
carry
more hits
on.
on Instagram. That's why.
Oh.
Is there going to be an afterlife tonight? Do you want one, Brandon? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. I'm old, okay? I'm old and fat. Anyways, continuing on. Go ahead.
It's your turn.
Oh, that's great. I'll look into it. Don't look into that stupid thing.
Thank you.
Okay. We're at body camera, huh?
Insert interview.
Insert interview. Insert interview.
From one of the investigators clips where they're doing the interrogations and stuff. Or we can skip that one.
Yes.
Whatever.
So what I'm going to play now is I've got an interrogation clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing. What's crazy about this is I want you to watch, and then I'm going to have Criminology Chris kind of break down language of his body during this too. And what's crazy about this is during this interrogation, he's literally focused on one thing, which is really disturbing and messed up. And I noticed it during this too. And I watched this whole entire trial. I know. Yeah, shocker. When it all went down. And I noticed it during the trial too, is he's focused on one entire thing. And I'm going to play this here, and we'll see if you guys can catch on. And then after that, we'll see if Criminology Chris knows, because he's good at that stuff. So give me 1 second, and somebody speak while I bring it up.
I'm not as overly connected to the court TV as you seem to be.
I have a slight.
Don't talk to me. Okay.
This is new to me. This is new.
Here we go. Here it is. Some of the interrogation with Tanner Horton.
You mean Horner?
Whatever. Horton's Coffee.
It's for they met you in 104.
I didn't do the same thing.
What's up? At the same time? Yeah. That's an habit on the web off this week. Brought the same time. So almost gets tired. It's just like
I do that because as a drummer, you can see scars for years and years of playing drums where I just busted my fingers on freaking snare drum. Do you see any other doctors? For him, it's weird because I've been doing on my medication about 7-8 months ago, I'm guessing. What ended up happening was I was going to a suicide episode. Instead of leaving my son here without his father, what I wanted to do was get some help. So initially I went to Norwood because that's where I originally got vocational land and all that stuff. And they said they had this outpatient thing called eye care. So I went to them, and they helped me get back on my meds and all that stuff.
so. Let me go back a little bit. Do you care if I get to know you a little bit better? Just real bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Ryan. Let's just literally start out. And I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I just want to know, Tanner, where did you grow up? Where were you born? What did you do? Where did you go to high school? All that stuff. So I would say, I'm useless. I took away something from someone, family or something. Oh, that was jail, I guess. Only one. It's just this been one last Christmas with my son, and I'll tell you, like, hello, Ted. I'm kind of distracted. You didn't answer my question. I said, are you remorseful for what you did? I'm a father. Tell me about that. Are you married inside of this for the year? I'm married to a family. Like, even if this was some random person, I'd still marry her. What would you want to say? If our mom and dad were here right now, what would you want to say to them? I hope you'll listen to answer your questions, by the way. What's that? Is there a sliver of a chance? And I told you that. I told you that. One, I'm not going to shoot you. That's way above my head. And I'm going to shoot you straight just like I want you to shoot you straight. I don't think there's that possibility. Now, is there a possibility for you to receive equipment and things to make videos for your son and things like that? I believe so. I believe that ain't a possibility. Obviously, you're going to talk to your family if you're going to, there'll be a time and place for that. I mean, I have a lot of right things along with my own family. Like, you probably see what that looks like. My girl tell me she needs that to meet up for over a decade, and not just. If I'm on like house arrest, something like that, I'd be able to right those wrongs. If I was on house arrest, I'd be able to actually so my kids my son at Christmas. So I'd be able to, you know what I mean? Chad, where did you come up with this idea? Is this your idea, or did you follow someone else? Or somebody's got to pray about it. Pray about it. That's a PhD. And he said, "See what."
All right. Yes, unsafe. Zero remorse, and all he cares about is himself. And one other thing in there that all he cared about. Wanting to give his son a Christmas.
Right.
If I could get 1 month, he says, and it might be in a different part in there, if I could just have 1 month, I'll make all the wrongs right. I'll tell you everything. Put me on house arrest and just give me a month with my son so he has a Christmas.
Yeah, you just took the life of a innocent little girl, and you're worried about your kid getting a Christmas.
Yeah.
That's what you're worried about.
Yeah. No, no remorse at all.
Right. What wrongs? I mean, to be honest, like he sees like his financial issues and like I guess his living situation was very shitty. So like, but he views that as being more of an issue than what he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a Jimothy on the way to the studio.
That's great. But it's wild. And he even asked him, yeah, you took someone else's Christmas with their daughter. So that's just it.
Exactly.
You took their daughter's Christmas away, delivered her Christmas gift, one of them, and all you're worried about is giving your son a good Christmas? Like, come on, dude.
It gives a shit about your kid. Like, I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, and not only that, but you took away every Christmas for her for the rest of her life. Her parents, every Christmas for the rest of their lives. I mean.
Yeah. And like you said, you said you're going to make all the wrongs right? Dude, this is never going to be right.
You can't correct that.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you can clone her.
Yeah, correct. No. And he claims it's in some of the video footage and stuff, but trying to pick through specifically where it's at is a lot because his interrogation is a lot.
And we're going to get into it.
You think his brain was scrambled eggs? Yeah. I would.
Well,
that's putting it away.
He had a lot of he had a lot of issues.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from being a kid and growing up and the way he grew up and the things he was diagnosed with. I mean, he was not
Exactly unsafe.
a clear-headed fella.
He didn't even need to be
Around
near his kid anyways if he can do what he did. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit,
He
right?
doesn't even deserve to be a dad.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, shouldn't
Yeah.
be
Well,
allowed to contact
After
anybody.
Isn't it after all of this came to light and the trial and everything, there was some things that came out of the woodwork from other girls of the shit that he did?
Yeah, so there was 2 girls that did end up testifying on the stand, and he had raped both of them, and they were underage at the time, and one of them, I believe,
Was 16.
was still, because they had the view of them blurred during the trial. You couldn't see them.
Yeah.
And they testified against him. Now, they didn't go and report it because I looked up Tanner's background and his record, and that was never reported. They didn't take
Right.
him because they feared him, they said.
Well, honestly, if you look at those videos and the way he is, you see, if you look at those eyes, it's like there is not even a sense of, I am a human being and I'm not supposed to do this shit. It's like, I'm just going to go out there and do whatever
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exactly what it looks like in him.
And we'll get into something that he tries to specifically say with his brain. We'll get into it. I'm pretty sure.
As long as it's not a I love my brain moment.
No. But he says he has an alter ego personality, another person inside of him, and his name is Zero.
We might get into that. I don't know if I
he
pulled
says
that.
he says
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, Daisy. What brave girls for testifying. But yeah, he claims this other person in his head, Zero. And he tries to, it's crazy because in some of these interrogations that he does, he tries to actually switch personalities and say that it's Zero talking. He tries to fool these police, and you can tell that it's so damn fake, it's not even funny. It's just like, what the hell? But he tries to talk saying that, and then the cops go back and forth because they want to act like they're playing into it to kind of keep him pushing out more, stuff.
Right.
And they're like, am I talking to Zero right now, or am I talking to Tanner? And he goes back and forth, but it's just like, you see it and you're just like, dude, this is freaking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening to investigators years later. Yeah. I choked on an ice cube.
A black?
Ice Cube.
Sorry. No.
Oh, unsafe.
Put it back.
Unsafe. He brought the horn back. I don't know if you forgot
Put it
about
back
the
in
horn, but he
retirement.
brought the horn back.
Retirement.
I thought choking on an ice cube.
Well, thanks.
Oh,
Should've
she's
done
gonna.
when you smacked your finger on it.
Unsafe's gonna be happy in the chat now. That stupid friggin' horn's back. Anyways.
Listening to investigators years later, one thing became clear. Cases like this are solved through hundreds of individual decisions. One detective notices a timestamp, another reviews surveillance, someone requests the GPS records, someone interviews a witness one more time. No single piece solves the case. It is the accumulation of evidence that reveals the truth.
We're also going to play part of the Wise County Sheriff's Office press briefing following Athena's recovery. It provides important insight of how investigators approached the case and how quickly events unfolded once Tanner became the focus. That's pretty much what we just played.
No, that's the one where they're at the actual sheriff's office. The guy is standing there and you can see the tears and the way it affects the whole entire community when they retrieve her.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that footage.
It's okay.
Just
so
pretend we played it.
I've seen
There
it,
you go.
and it is, you can tell that this community was extremely affected by this.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those, oh, it's a child, we're going to give a press conference, blah, blah, blah. You can see the way the sheriff is talking, the way that everybody is, that it was a very heartbreaking
Well,
Yeah.
it's
thing.
Oh, yeah.
terrible. And-
Yeah.
And under the circumstances, I mean, like, it could have been, I mean, all these people, it's terrifying. It could have been yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Now we're
yeah.
on 5.
So it's petrifying.
By the time investigators sat down with Tanner, they had already begun assembling a timeline that extended far beyond the Strand property. They knew Horner had been assigned the FedEx contractor delivery to that residence. They knew approximately when he got there, they knew when he left, and they knew that Athena disappeared during the same window of time. At first, detectives approached Horner as they would any potential witness. Their goal was simple: gather information, verify timelines, determine whether he had seen Athena or noticed anything unusual while making that stop. But as the interview progressed, investigators began comparing Horner's statements with information they already had collected. As is common in major investigations, detectives weren't relying on a single answer. They were comparing every statement against physical evidence, electronic records, and witness accounts. That methodical process would later become one of the prosecution's strongest themes during the sentencing proceedings. This wasn't a case built on speculation. It was built on evidence that prosecutors argued proved Tanner Horner's responsibility beyond a reasonable doubt.
One thing that is often misunderstood about police interviews is that detectives rarely know every answer before they begin asking those questions. Instead, they allow a person's account to develop naturally. When they compare those statements with the facts they've already verified, if details don't match, investigators ask more questions. If the timeline changes, they document them. New information emerges, they test it against the evidence. It's a deliberate process designed to separate fact from fiction. In this case, investigators continued gathering information while simultaneously examining Horner's delivery vehicle, route information, and electronic records. All those pieces came together that investigators rapidly evolved.
So yeah, we already played some of the recording interviews there. One thing that they did that became very useful with this is there was a contractor's van that actually told detectives at first that they remember seeing Athena get into that truck, FedEx truck.
There was contractors there?
It was like on the street or something, and it was a van. I forget what color van they said, but I think it was like a red van. And they had said they remember seeing a little girl get into the truck. That is what started investigators to look into Tanner. They went through a lot of in-dash cam footage because those trucks all have cameras inside of them, and they're recording all the time. And I have a picture here that they found at one point. It's very disturbing. But this is where, when they saw this on the camera of the truck, they knew that he had officially taken her when they spotted this. So give me a second here and I will bring it up for you. So as you can see in the dash cam, the camera on the inside of the truck here, Athena is standing in the doorway of the truck, looking at him. And it's very disturbing. But at this point is when they knew they had their person. And you can tell she is just frightened. And he is just driving.
The way he looks is like he's singing a song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just remember listening to some of the audio recordings.
Yes. And they're very heartbreaking. I remember hearing some of them too, but they're very heartbreaking.
Yeah, we're not going to play that. Hey, we sent you something real fast on your phone for this.
No.
You want to keep going? It's like 9:15, and we still have a whole bunch to go through.
A lot.
A lot.
Do we not?
We still have trial to get into and confession in that. We could do that next week and do the trial.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Because hopefully next week we don't have any technical difficulties.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. What does everybody want to do? I don't care.
Do you guys
Doesn't
want
matter
us,
to me.
Do you guys want us to keep going to the
Yeah, do you guys want
trial,
us to
or
keep
you want us to stop it and do a part 2 and make it longer next week?
We're seeing what the fans want to do.
Because there is still a ton of stuff that we can cover, especially the different stories he was telling, more of the interviews that we can replay, all of those court records, the trial, the confession, where he's at now, the jury, everything. We've got a lot still. There's like...
Well,
probably should be.
Yeah, we can, since we had the technical difficulties with the YouTube and all that and had to restart the live and all that, unsafe, I agree with what you said right there. I just want to pick that sweet baby up and save her.
I just want to hug her.
Yeah.
I want to hug her, and I want to take her
She
home.
seemed like she was a sweetheart, and the whole pink thing, and,
There is the cutest picture of her with her hair done in like these little bubble braids, and you can tell that she was ornery or was getting ready to be ornery in it just by the little, like, it was like the little like smile with the like down eyes, like, okay, I'm gonna get myself in trouble and I want to do it.
Yeah.
She just looks so sweet.
I'm gonna finish out this section that we're on right here real quick. So
it's the when we come back.
So, oh yeah, it's as we come back. And then you already read your part.
I did.
So, as the investigation continued, Horner eventually directed law enforcement to Athena. That moment marked the end of a search and the beginning of the homicide investigation. Detectives secured that spot. Crime scene investigators documented...
Wait, where are you at?
I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. Apparently, technology and me tonight are not getting along, but it's cool. It's fine. It happens. I don't know. Just leave me alone. It's fine. It's just one of those moments. It's all good, though. Anyways, we're going to end part 1 here tonight, and then part 2 we will be back next week, same time and stuff. We will get into all the court and the records and different things like that.
The trial, the verdict,
the trial. And I actually want to play when her mom took the stand too, which was really cool because her mom stayed really strong and calm and collective during it. So
a bad ass.
I don't understand how you do that.
Standing
that's tough.
50 feet from them.
That's just so,
I couldn't do it. I would, at that point,
I couldn't
put me away for life. I don't care.
And
that point,
I liked how her hair started too with like the little pink highlights, and then she just went full go on the pink. It was so cool.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that next week.
So anyways, guys, we do appreciate everybody join in every single week, and we appreciate everybody skipping around with us for our YouTube technical difficulty. And we will see you next week, and I'm going to have Jackie take us out of here.
Same crime time, same crime place. See ya.
Show adjourned.
Woo!
Bam.